So we are reading from the book Lectures from Colombo to Almora, and we are discussing the Kumbhakonam lecture, that is on the mission of the Vedanta. This is the second class. So I'm reading from this book, page 88. This is the 33rd reprint, June 2011. A. It is a curious fact that while nations after nations have come upon the stage of the world, played their parts vigorously for a few moments, and died almost without leaving a mark or a ripple on the ocean of time, here we are living, as it were, an eternal life. They talk a great deal of the new theories about the survival of the fittest, and they think that it is the strength of the muscles which is the fittest to survive. If that were true, any one of the aggressively known old world nations would have lived in glory today, and we, the weak Hindus, who never conquered even one other race or nation, ought to have died out. Yet we live here 300 million strong. A young English lady once told me, "What have the Hindus done? They never even conquered a single race." And it is not at all true that all its energies are spent, that atrophy has overtaken its body. That is not true. There is vitality enough, and it comes out in torrents and deluges the world when the time is ripe and requires it. Shall I continue, Maharaj?
You want to go para by para or how?
So far we are going para by para. So if you say we are...
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So in this, what did you understand?
So here Swamiji is telling that we may not have conquered any other nation, and that is why we are told as weak Hindus, but we have survived for a longer period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Chandrani, what I mean to say for all of you, when you are saying just make a statement, we shall not explain. Just make a statement so that it can be what do you say, printed on our mind. Or if some of you are making a notes, it should be easy for us to write in a simple way, in a simple sentence.
Okay, so we are living for a longer period than other nations.
Okay. Okay.
Maharaj, can we say that this is this paragraph is talking is telling about the eternity of Hinduism versus the short life of the Western nations?
Okay. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. So Swamiji is telling very clearly, might is right. Might is okay. Might is right is not the tagline of the civilization. Live and let live should be the tagline of the civilization. So what you see in the Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest. So whoever has got strength, muscle strength or intellectual strength or whatever, they survived. That is what the Western thought. And that's how even Darwin put. Swamiji says that might be right for the animal kingdom, that is not right for the human kingdom. Then what should be the tagline of the human kingdom or human civilization? Swamiji says very clearly, it should be live and let live. Let me live happily and let me allow others also to happily. Recently, I saw the cartoon or a very interesting sarcastic statement. In the Europe nowadays, there are a lot of strikes going on regarding the anti-immigration. We don't want people from other countries, from other continents. We want ourselves. We want to protect our country, our culture, and we want our children, better living and job opportunities and all. So one, either journalist or XYZ person very beautifully said, you Europeans try to plunder, colonize Africa, Asia, and other parts of the world. You plundered our wealth. You ruled our wealth, ruled us, and you killed aborigines and you try to live there. And now you don't want anyone to enter your country. How, hilarious like this. See, this is what the Western approach is. So whatever is there, everything is for me. Why? Because I should exist. So that is there in their religion and as well as in their culture, in their civilization very clearly. So that's what Swamiji is hitting to it. And he's saying that whereas Indians, we always lived and let live. I mean, we helped others and we try to live, and also we try to help others by extending the helping hand or whatever. Whenever people came from different religions, different cultures, different countries for us, we have given them shelter to live and live happily, including giving freedom to practice their religions and their culture. Whereas others have come and conquered us and all fine, but we never went and conquered others. So that is not our weakness, that is our strength, Swamiji is saying. Why? We didn't go to conquer anyone because our energy we spent in spirituality, in philosophy, in compassion. Whatever we taught, we try to put into practice. Now, what Christ told, they keep on saying that Christ stands for compassion, love. If someone slaps on the right cheek, you show your left cheek. And you love your neighbor as thyself, they said. If so, then how they did conquer other countries, colonize other countries, and convert others in the name of Christ or whatever. That means fundamentally they are going against their own founders' philosophy or whatever. So Swamiji is telling these things in a subtle way. So, and also Swamiji is telling very clearly, what is our strength? Spirituality or the Vedanta. That doesn't mean that he's not undermining the physical strength. He's not undermining the science and technology. All these things are required, no doubt. But our strength is what? Spiritual strength. That we should be aware. So you can't judge the country from the other country standards. Someone say, oh, there is a lot of political confusion in your country, or economical instability, or there are, for example, there is social ethics is very poor in your country. They don't follow the rules, regulations, everywhere shabby, everywhere dirty things. People don't follow traffic rules. There's a lot of chaos. But in that of chaos, we are living and we are surviving. That's what Swamiji is telling that. Yes, we have got some problems. We have got some limitations, no doubt. But among them, we are able to survive. So many countries try to conquer us, kill us, rule us, plundered us, and they took away our wealth. In spite of that, we are surviving, and we are surviving to exist. That is our strength. So we have to understand. And why so much philosophy, so many isms has come in our country, if you ask? Because our forefathers they spent good amount of time and energy in religion or in philosophy. That is the reason so many isms, so many philosophical strands or philosophies have come. That is what Swamiji is telling. So muscle strength is required. So the intellectual strength is much more greater than that. Spiritual strength, the strength from consciousness or from God which comes. So that is the highest strength, and India stands for that. That is what Swamiji is telling here. So this is the actual connection with the earlier last two paragraphs. If you remember, Swamiji gave such a beautiful statement about consciousness, about the transitoriness of the world. The whole Advaita Vedanta in a nutshell he gave in the last page, or last two paragraphs. That we should read and reread, and we should meditate actually on that last two paragraphs. That's very beautiful actually. Okay. So any questions? Are there? Fine, I will answer. Otherwise, we'll go to the next para. Okay, then we can go to the next para.
We have, as it were, thrown a challenge to the whole world from the most ancient times. In the West, they are trying to solve the problem how much a man can process, and we are trying here to solve the problem on how little a man can live. This struggle and this difference will still go on for some centuries. But if history has any truth in it, and if prognostications ever prove true, it must be that those who train themselves to live on the list and control themselves well will in the end gain the battle, and that those who run after enjoyment and luxury, however vigorous they may seem for the moment, will have to die and become annihilated. There are times in the history of a man's life, nay, in the history of the lives of nations, when a sort of world weariness becomes painfully predominant. It seems that such a tide of world weariness has come upon the Western world. There too, they have their thinkers, great men, and they are already finding out that this race after gold and power is all vanity of vanities. Many, nay, most of the cultured men and women there are already weary of its competition, this struggle, this brutality of their commercial civilization, and they are looking forward towards something better. Just a second. There is a class which still clings on to political and social changes as the only panacea for the evils of Europe, but among the great thinkers there, other ideals are growing. They have found out that no amount of political or social manipulation of human conditions can cure the evils of life. It is a change of the soul itself for the better that alone will cure the evils of life. No amount of force or government or legislative cruelty will change the conditions of a race, but it is spiritual culture and ethical culture alone that can change wrong racial tendencies for the better. Thus, these races of the West are eager for some new thought, for some new philosophy. The religion they have had, Christianity, although good and glorious in many respects, has been imperfectly understood and is, as understood hitherto, found to be insufficient. The thoughtful men of the West find in our ancient philosophy, especially in the Vedanta, the new impulse of thought they are seeking, the very spiritual food and drink for which they are hungering and thirsting. And it is no wonder that this is so.
It's a long para. I know that 2-3 points can be told. Just state the points.
Here that Westerns are thinking how much or how greater they can possess, how much a man can possess, but we are thinking about how little we need for living. This is one point. Then there is in everyone's life there will at some point of time there will be some world weariness, and they will think for some new ideals or philosophies, and for Western worlds that time has come.
Okay, any other analysis, answers?
The Westerners, they are looking at the world from the outside, and they are not looking inside them. That is the main point Swamiji wanted to say. And then Swamiji wanted to stress upon the point that it is the soul power which will ultimately gain, and the Westerners have to follow us, whether they have gold or power, but ultimately they have to come to us. They may try to find a new religion, new everything, but ultimate reality is that they have to depend on the soul power. This is what.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Any other points from anyone want to make? So
So, Maharaj, Western thinkers, they realize that the evils of life can never be cured by social and political forces, rather the change of the soul, what Chatterjee has said. And it also finds that Vedantic philosophy is the answer.
No, they have not found. They are mistaken. Swamiji is telling their mistake actually. So very few might have thought, that's all he's saying that. Okay.
And also how Christianity is imperfectly understood. That's why they are finding answer in Vedantic philosophy.
Yes. So first and foremost, simple living, high thinking is the tagline of Indian civilization. Simple living, high thinking is the tagline of Indian civilization. So Westerners were feeling happy how much they can possess, and they live. So the Indians try to resolve the problem by living a simple living, or how much with a simple basic minimum necessities, how one can live happily. So how to be happy? If you ask, Westerners said, whatever you want, procure more and more things, then you can be happy. Indians said, no, the more and more you less have, then you can be happy. So world dependency is the solution for the happiness according to the Westerners. And for the Indians or Aryan civilization, world non-dependency is the solution for the happiness. If you want me to say in a simple statement, that's what I was expecting the answer. And he gives very different explanations, like so many wars have happened, so many quarrels have done, struggles, battles, and they thought after acquiring others' properties, other countries, wealth and other things, they thought they will be happy. But it is not so. The history has shown that it is not so. So afterwards, Swamiji is telling most of the Westerners, they think either social philosophy or a political philosophy is the panacea to our problems. But it is not so. They are very at the surface level. That's what I mean. And very few thinkers from the world, Western world, they are thinking about regarding the new philosophy. So Westerners, most of them, they think social, economical, or political philosophy is the panacea to resolve the problems. But Swamiji is saying that no amount of any of these things can help the conditions of the life or the evil of life. Then what is the solution? It is the change of the soul itself for the better that alone will cure the evils of life. Means me becoming a better human being. So transformation of human being from animalness to the humanness, and from humanness to the divinity is the only solution for all our problems. So manifesting the divinity is the real solution for all our problems. That's what Swamiji is saying. It is a spiritual culture and ethical culture that can change all the problems in the life. And the third point Swamiji is making, that Christianity, though it is very good, it is a good, but it has been misunderstood by the most of the people. It is misunderstood, misrepresented, misinterpreted. And that's the reason now they are looking at, if not all, quite a few are looking into the Indian philosophy, or rather Vedanta philosophy. Now you can see today, people are, if not all, intellectual peoples are looking into Bhagavad Gita, looking into our Vedanta, that is Upanishads, consciousness, and all these things. Because our Upanishads are rationalistic, they are truth-centered things, and it can face the challenges of the present-day science and technologies. As a result, quite a few people are studying the Vedanta Upanishads, and they're trying to understand that. So that we can see, it is not is a common phenomena in the Western world, but the intellectuals are turning towards it. So one is simple living and high thinking is the tagline of Indian philosophy, by which one can be happy, first point. Second is the social, economical, political philosophies are not the real solution for the to change the society or to cure the evils of the society. Rather, ethical and spiritual culture can really change our problems. The third is even people are looking towards Vedanta or consciousness. So these are the 3 points in this paragraph. So Swamiji is giving a confidence in Indians actually. Now you should remember 130 years before this, Swamiji has given it all lectures in the British ruled India, where Indians had lost, unfortunately, the self-confidence in themselves. They had lost confidence about their country, about their religion, if not all, quite a few. So for the masses, he is giving this message and is asking them to revisit their idea about their own religion, their own country. And he's telling how beautiful we are, how great we are, how unique we are. So why don't you understand my idea? So that slavish, Swamiji is trying to remove the slavish mentality. Even now, most of us, or many of us, we have got that. Whatever you get from West, everything is right. And whatever you get from East, maybe or may not be. No, not at all. So scientific versus Westernization, there are 2 different things. We have to understand this difference. Okay. So next para.
I have come to hear all sorts of wonderful claims put forward.
You are muted, Chandrani.
Sorry. I have become used to hear all sorts of wonderful claims put forward in favor of every religion under the sun. You have also heard, quite within recent times, the claims put forward by Dr. Barrows, a great friend of mine, that Christianity is the only universal religion. Let me consider this question a while and lay before you my reasons why I think that it is Vedanta and Vedanta alone that can become the universal religion of man, and that no other is fitted for the role. Excepting our own, almost all the other great religions in the world are inevitably connected with the life or lives of one or more of their founders. All their theories, their teachings, their doctrines, and their ethics are built round the life of a personal founder from whom they get their sanction, their authority, and their power. And strangely enough, upon the historicity of the founder's life is built, as it were, all the fabric of such religions. If there is one blow dealt to the historicity of that life, as has been the case in modern times with the lives of almost all the so-called founders of religion, we know that half of the details of such lives is not now seriously believed in, and that the other half is seriously doubted. If this becomes the case, if that rock of historicity, as they pretend to call it, is shaken and shattered, the whole building tumbles down, broken absolutely, never to regain its lost status.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Barrows announced that Christianity is the only universal religion, but here Swamiji is trying to justify that Vedanta and Vedanta alone can become the universal religion. The first thing is that all other religion apart from Hinduism is based on the life of or lives of one or more of their founders. So if that historicity of that particular person is doubted or shattered, then the whole religion will be at a blow.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Any other analysis?
Maharaj, while all other religions, they are centered around their founders, their lives, versus in Hinduism, it's based upon one eternal principle.
Okay. Yeah. So Swamiji is giving a beautiful analysis about the Hinduism. Now, I don't know how many of you read the historicity and all. When you go to the historicity of the religion and all, this is there. So Semitic religions, Islam and Christianity, they fight on us, or rather they accuse us. Yours is not a religion at all. Hinduism is not a religion at all. Why? Because you don't have any founder. Rama is not your founder. Krishna is not your founder. Ramakrishna is not your founder. So if there is no founder, how can you call it as a religion? Because they have got a founders. Now Swamiji has given a death blow to that. My dear, this is the right point you raised, and because of this only we are saying that ours is the universal religion and yours not. Why? Because our religion is based on principles, your religion is based on a personality. Because when it is depending on a personality, it cannot be universal. And he gives the example, he quotes the example of Dr. Barros, who was the president of this Parliament of Religions. And he says that Christianity is universal religion. He says it cannot be. Why? Because it depends on the founder. And if you see, very interestingly, that even there are a lot of books have come and a lot of, debate have come that whether Christ was there or not. So it is even there are arguments, very strong arguments by Swami Abhedanji that it is nothing but the perverted form of the Buddhism is what Christianity. And whether really crucifixion happened or not, that is also at stake. Like there are a lot of questions. I mean, I'm not saying that it is right or wrong, it happened or not. I'm not going to discuss that. But there are a lot of doubts, a lot of questions have come. So if the historicity of the Christ is being at stake, then Christianity can be at stake. But it is not about Hinduism. For example, even we all know that Christ was never born on 25th December. I don't know how many of you know. Christ was never born on 25th of December. When did he born? No one knows, or they don't know. Then why they are celebrating 25th December as Christmas? Because this is nothing but winter solstice. What we say Uttarayana. The Uttarayana is to start earlier between 23rd and 25th of December. So ages before the Makara Sankranti, which we are celebrating now, January 14th or 15th, that was on December 25th. And in the Romans period, that was the winter solstice, one of the important festival. As a result, they merged that because their religion has to spread from there. So every 60 to 70 years, this Uttarayana shifts one day. Now, Swamiji, when he was born, 1863, that was that date was Makara Sankranti. January 12th was Makara Sankranti. Now we are getting January 14th or 15th. Why? Because every 60 to 70 years, this Uttarayana shifts for one more day. So Uttarayana, nothing but the December 25th is winter solstice, Uttarayana that actually. So the sun starts his direction, turns his direction towards the north side actually. So the birthday of the Christ itself, they don't know, and they accuse on Indians that you people don't have the historicity, the sense of historicity, and whereas we have got, which is not right actually. So, and ours is depending on the principles, not on any founder. Now, what about Ramakrishna? We have got Ramakrishna mission and all. Yes, but he has only re-echoed the Vedic principles, Vedanta. He has not found any new thing. So many sects we might have got, so many isms we might have got, so many schools of philosophies we might have got, like Shankaracharya. Is he founder of Advaita Vedanta? No. He gave only structure. Ramanuja is the founder of Vishishta Advaita? No. He's an Acharya, is an important Acharya of that school of philosophy. But before him coming, Vishishta Advaita, qualified Manism was there. He gave only a proper structure. What about Dvaita philosophy? It was there in the Upanishads. We can see very clearly. He gave only proper structure. Now, before Christ, was there Christianity? No. Before Muhammad Paigambar, was there Islam? No. Before Buddha, Buddhism was there? No. But before Shankaracharya, Advaita was there? Yes. Before Ramanuja, Vishishtadvaita was there? Yes. Before the Madhvacharya, Dvaita was there? Yes. Before Rama, Hinduism was there? Yes. Before, Varaha or even Vamana, the different avatars, was Hinduism was there? Yes. So that's why we say Sanatana Dharma, which is Anadi, beginningless. So Swamiji is giving a retarding reply for the others who, on what basis they are denying our Hinduism. On that same basis, he is giving a contra reply. So these things, if you know, if someone asks, then we can give a reply, and it is also for us to understand. So Hinduism is built on principles, not on the personality. Yeah, that's why so many temples have been shattered and all, but still we exist, we survive to exist. Yeah.
Every one of the great religions in the world, excepting our own, is built upon such historical characters, but ours rest upon principles. There is no man or woman who can claim to have created the Vedas. They are the embodiment of eternal principles. Sages discovered them, and now and then the names of these sages are mentioned. Just their names. We do not even know who or what they were. In many cases, we do not know who their fathers were, and almost in every case, we do not know when and where they were born. But what cared they, these sages, for their names? They were the preachers of principles, and they themselves, so far as they went, tried to become illustrations of the principles they preached. At the same time, just as our God is an impersonal and yet a personal God, so is our religion a most intensely impersonal one. A religion based upon principles and yet with an infinite scope for the play of persons. For what religion gives you more incarnations, more prophets and seers, and still waits for infinitely more? The Bhagavata says that incarnations are infinite, leaving ample scope for as many as you like to come. Therefore,
Can you mute, please? Karthik Verma, can you mute our audio and video?
Yes, I have muted. Therefore, if anyone or more of these persons in India's religious history.
Yeah, enough. This much we'll cover and we'll go afterwards. Theory of Ishtagams. Yeah. So what did you understand from this? Yeah.
So the first part is already we have discussed that we are based on the principles.
Please state it. Please state it. Don't explain again and again. I'm telling you. So we will be able to remember the points.
Okay. So Hinduism is based on the principle and not on any person. There is no founder or creator of the Vedas, and sages have just discovered them, and sages are not bothered about their name and fame. So we only know what they preached, and they are actually the examples of whatever principles they preached, illustrations of the principles they preached.
Chandrani, again you're explaining them. Just
no,
make
it is a sentence. The sages are the illustrations of the principles they preach.
Don't read the text. Don't read the text.
Okay.
Tell in your simple language. Hinduism built upon principles, not on the founders. First point. The Vedas are not by any person. It is by Rishis, which is impersonal in nature. When we go to details, all we will discuss. Vedas are not created by any individual. It is by rishis, and which is impersonal in nature. That's all. So that is easy for us to remember the points. That's what I'm saying there. We'll give in a sutra form. That's what I'm saying. The third point is our religion has got personal and impersonal God. Worship of personal God and impersonal God. These are the 3 points in this para. When we go for explanation, we will tell all that. Because this, whatever say, whoever wishes to make a notes, for them it will be easy to write it down, jot it down, I mean to say. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, any other points? Or any other understanding? So already we have discussed Hinduism built upon principles, not on the founders, not on the personality. Okay. Then what is the source of our Hinduism? It is Vedas. There are so many scriptures, no doubt, but everything is rests upon the Vedas. Like Bible is the source of the Christianity, Quran is the source for the Islam, Tripitakas are the source of Buddhism. So like that, Vedas are the source for Hinduism. So who wrote these Vedas? It was not written by any single individuality. It is a collection, rather revelatory text, which was revealed to the rishis. Now, who are these rishis? Again, I keep on joking this because of cinema effect or serial effect. Who has got a long beard? Who doesn't have probably a good dress attire, that who is wearing a probably shabby dress or a worn dress, and who is living in the forest, eating fruits and nuts and the roots? No, none of these are the definition of the Rishi actually. Rishi means what? He is simply scientist. One who has dedicated his life for searching the truth. Like any scientist, either in the mundane life or in spiritual life. For example, Albert Einstein is also Rishi for us. He dedicated his life to find out the truth. So such Rishis, they tried to live a simple life, disciplined their mind, and they did inquiry and they meditated for long hours or whatever. Their mind got to the higher frequency, and for them, these Vedic truths were revealed for them. And the collection of this revelatory text is nothing but the Vedas. It is a wisdom. It is a collection of wisdom actually. That's what Swamiji is telling. And not only that, and the Vedic Rishis, we don't know about, for example, Vasishta. There are so many. In Ramayana also we see, in Mahabharata also sometimes here. For a long time we see. So Vasishta, so when really who was his parents and what is their husband, wife, and where he lived and all so many things. For an example, I'm giving you. If you ask, we don't know much. Though there are some references, but in detail, for most of the Rishis, we do not know. Why? We didn't have a sense of history? No, they didn't bother about their personal life. Oh, because I did it, so my name should be there always. No. Okay, I have found out it, or by my grace of Guru, or by grace of God, or whatever. So let me give this to the humanity or humankind. So let the people get benefited. So they were only bothered about the transformation of the knowledge to the succeeding generations for the betterment of the humanity. They were not bothered about their name and fame. My name should be remembered for thousands of years, so that my name should be graved on the stone or whatever. They didn't bother about it. That's why they were the most unselfish people. That's what Swami is telling. And at the same time, Vedas are giving personal God and also impersonal God. It is actually impersonal. Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Napara, or the Vedanta, the Vedas tell very clearly, the later part, that is Upanishads, they tell the God doesn't have any name and form. Nirakara, Nirguna, Parabrahma. The Supreme Self, the nature of Supreme Self is what? Nirakara. He doesn't, it doesn't. They use it even. He, she, they don't use. Neutral gender, it. It doesn't have any form. Nirakara, Nirguna. It doesn't have any qualities, attributes. Then why we have got so many gods and goddesses? Because without name and form, we cannot think. That's where the personal gods also has been told. This is the beauty of our Hinduism. In any other religion, either it is personal or impersonal. So for an example, in the Islam, for the Nirakara, but Saguna. Without any form, but with attributes. And for Christianity, with form, with attributes. That's all. But for us, Sakara Saguna, with the God with form, with attributes. Then Nirakara Saguna, God without form but with attributes. And Nirakara Nirguna, without form, without any attributes. All of them are housed, or we have given a place. That is the beauty of our Hinduism. It is impersonal, but still it is personal. Means it is not that impersonal and personal both. We don't mean that. I mean, all are, what do you say, we have given place for every form, every approach towards the reality. Someone said that for me, personal God, it is more suitable. They said, fine. Someone said, no, I don't believe in all these things, forms, names and all. I want impersonal God. Yes, Niraka, Nirguna, Prabrahma. Yes, okay, go ahead. Then they say, I don't need forms, but I need attributes. Yes, go ahead. So all the different approaches towards the reality has been given. All the possible permutation combinations has been given in our Vedas or our philosophy. That is the greatness. That is the uniqueness. Many times people ask us, oh, for other religions they have got only one scripture. We have got so many scriptures. We are confused. Should I read Upanishad? Should I read Bhagavad Gita? Should I read Bhagavatam? Should I read Puranas? Should I read Yoga Vasishta? Or should I read Adhyatma Ramayana? I'm confused. I said, no need to confuse. You take any book, one book, and you read and study and you practice. That is enough. But we don't want to read, and we give an excuse. Oh, my dear, there are so many books. That is the reason I am confused what to read. You start with at least one book, Bhagavad Gita. That is more than enough for all of our life. Same thing. There are so many gods, Swamiji, I'm confused. What to do and all. When so many relatives are there, do we confuse? With uncle and aunt, niece, cousins, so many people come. We don't get confused. We all talk with them. We will maintain our relationships and all. Then why to get confused with gods and goddesses? There are so many gods and goddesses. Let them be so. Whomever you want, you worship. I mean, also I give an example of you go to a mall. There are 4 floors, 3 floors, 5 floors. So many items are there. Do you get confused? Oh, which to buy, which not to buy? Oh, it all depends on my wallet. How much over my wallet is there and how much there's a necessity. One or two things I may purchase which is not necessary, which I may get tempted or which I may feel required or whatever. But otherwise, I don't purchase entire mall to my house. Why? That may be very nice, but I don't need it. Or I can't afford to purchase it, so I don't bother. When this is what is in our day-to-day life, when only with gods and goddesses in the isms, why this confusion? So whichever is suitable to us, whichever is practical, relevant to us, we feel you can follow the path, you can follow that, worship that God in that particular way or in that particular form. So nothing is problem. So only Weavers is universal. That's the reason we have accommodated every possible ways, possible path. That's what Swami is telling. So uniqueness of Hinduism, uniqueness of Sanatana Dharma.
Nirakar Saguna.
Yes. That's a very unique combination. Very few people, they think. God doesn't have any form, but he has got qualities.
But what would be the...
Brahmo followers. Brahmo Samaj. They are Nirakar Saguna.
Yeah. Okay, then today. Then theory of Ishta will come next month. We will try to discuss.
Okay. So that Bhagavata from there we will do in the next.
Yeah. So is this approach is okay with for others? Or you feel boring, or you feel it becomes like a class, like teacher and student taking a stick or a chalk piece and discussing this? It reminds us of school days, Swamiji. We are all grown up, so you can think something else like lecture style or whatever.
But grown-ups
we love to be in school days, so we like it.
Grown-ups are getting a chance to be back to the school, no? So everybody should like it.
No, yes, I don't know, but I want to just know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maharaj,
Yeah, Karthik,
for kids, there are teachers who correct. So for grown-ups, we need people like you to correct. Maharaj on the 2 minutes. I have a question. Maybe it can take 2 minutes of extra time. Is it okay to ask Maharaj?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why I got this question, Maharaj? It's in continuation with the the statement that you are giving. Just when we reach the highest concentration, that means it's in simple terminology. If we understand the concentration, you'll pass to conscious to superconscious. The transformation happens in the background. Uh, what exactly happens? The chitta vritti all get disappears. You won't be able to. Your mind, your body will not be thinking any other thoughts. Just just the concentration level goes to the next level. That's when you'll get the Brahma Jnana or Atma Jnana. That's the form, Maharaj. Just one question, it came out of my thought. Thought in the sense I've read it in the book, the volume 1 of Swami Vivekananda's complete works. People who have attained the Brahma Jnana, it says that it's they won't get this body form again, but people have already got the Brahma Jnana, they're also getting the life again. I mean, one example to take is Prahlada is coming back again as Raghavendra Swamiji. So, any connections there? Maybe this could be a long question to answer. So, if we attain, if in this life, maybe in many life, I don't know in which life I'll attain the Brahma Jnana, but with the concentration, with the level of transformation from the conscious to super conscious and attaining the Brahma Jnana or Atma Jnana, will there be a chance to reach the the bodiless state or something like that, Maharaj?
Okay, Karthik, now you tell me first point. First, before the answering, I want... So now you want to attain Brahma Jnana, I understand you have got a desire to attain Brahma Jnana. So are you really bothering, okay, after Brahma Jnana, I cannot come, what will happen to me? So do you want to come back to the world, or you are okay with not to come back to the world? Karthik, you want to come back to the world?
Guruji, two questions. Yeah, two things, Guruji. If we attain that Brahma Jnana, the second thing, we cannot have the natures.
No. My point is simple.
We cannot get this nature again. And
whether can you come or not, I will tell. Do you want to come or not? I'm asking you.
I think once we attain the Brahma Jnana, Guruji, that's the bliss. Always everyone want to have that, stay in that blissness.
Simple question. We will not go to the philosophy. After attaining Brahma Jnana, do you want to come back to the world?
Guruji.
Okay, that's fine.
No, Guruji, don't want to come, Guruji.
Okay. Now that clears. Now, so once attained Brahma Jnana, can we come back to the world or not? So the first and foremost is, according to our scriptures, it is very clear that once we attain Brahma Jnana, either Jivan Mukti or Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti is while living in the body, we self-realization happens. Videha Mukti means at the time of death. At the time of death, I realize who am I and I leave the body. Then what happens? The Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, which contains mind, prana and other things, sense organs and all, they get disintegrated. When the Sukshma Sharira or the reflecting medium, when it gets disintegrated, there is no chance of taking birth. Okay. Now you gave an example of Prahlada. Now Prahlada was a Brahmagnani, then still he came back as a Swami Raghavendra Swamiji or whatever. So like there are so many examples we have got. Then how is it possible? Yes. So now I have attained Brahma Jnana, no doubt, but I am also interested, that is called Loka Sangraha, for an example. I am also interested to help the people. Yes, I have attained Brahma Jnana, no doubt, but I want to help the people. As a result, I would like to come back. So he has got a small desire, which is not the worldly desire, So that which is he or she wants to help the humanity. If that is the case, they can return back. Even though they are Brahmagnanis, they can return back to the society, or they can take any number of births, and they can help the humanity. Then what about us? Then why we are taking birth, though I am not interested? Because we don't have an option. Whether you are interested or not, whether I am interested or not, we have to take birth. It is a compulsory. Why? Because of our karma phala. Because the fruits of action, whatever action we are doing, every action produces results. And according to the cosmic law, Rutam, it has to be experienced by that individual. So till this karma has get exhausted, I don't have the chance, an opportunity for us to seize the birth and death cycle. So when the Brahmajnana happens, what happens? Our prarabdha karma, whatever is there in the storage, that gets burnt off, and no more accumulation will happen. That is Agami. Agami is not there, and Sanchita will be destroyed. Only the prarabdha karma phala, whichever has been withdrawn. For example, you withdrew the 3,000 rupees for some reason, which is in your pocket. So till the exhaustion, you can spend your money or whatever. Then your bank card has been seized. Then what happens? Then whatever the account money was there, you cannot use it. And whatever money you're going to fresh accumulate, it cannot be deposited there. But because 3,000 rupees you are withdrawn from your bank account, which is in your pocket, till the exhaustion of that, you can spend money. Afterwards, you can't spend it. So that's what happens for a Brahmagnani. So Agami karma and Sanchita karma will be destroyed. Sanchita karma will be destroyed. Agami karma, no fresh accumulation of karma phala. Prarabdha karma, whatever is there, till then his body exists. Afterwards, once he dies, it goes away. This is a thing happens for the Brahmagnani. And if Brahmagnani wishes to come back and to serve the humankind, even in case of Sri Ramakrishna has told, I will come back to protect the people. And he told to Holy Mother Sharda Devi. And Holy Mother said, okay, Baba, if you want, you come back. I'm not interested. I don't want to come back to this world. I will not coming back. I'm not going to come back. And Sri Ramakrishna gives an example of an aquatic plant. What is that aquatic plant? It's like a bushy aquatic plant. Like one after another, it grows individually and they'll be intertwined. And if you pull one aquatic plant, the whole mass of the aquatic plant, it's quite a big chunk of the aquatic plants, it will come back, which we can see in the ponds and all. He gives that example, Sri Ramakrishna, and it tells, if you pull one aquatic plants, the entire bunch of the aquatic plants will come. Similarly, if I come, where will you go? Where will you stand? You should come back. You have to come back with me, isn't it? When Sri Ramakrishna makes this statement, Holy Mother keeps quiet. Why? Holy Mother understands that, yes. So when Sri Ramakrishna descends, Holy Mother also has to descend. When Rama came, Sita came. When Krishna came, Radha Rukmini came. When Sri Ramakrishna came, Sharda Devi came. So when Brahman comes, Prakriti or Maya also has to come back. So that's what Sri Ramakrishna said. Then Holy Mother laughs and she kept quiet. That means what? Yes, I am also supposed to come when you come back. So then why did Sri Ramakrishna take birth? He was a Brahmagnani, keeping his avatar incarnation aside. Then why did he come back? He's a Brahmagnani. Why? Because they, out of compassion, out of helping the humankind, they take birth. In our cases, because of our karma phala, we take birth. In their case, because of the compassion and helping nature, they take birth. So they have got a chance. What you say? They have got an option whether to come back or not. In our case, there is no option. For example, you are a millionaire, or rather you are an employee in a company. Have you got an option to whether to go back and work or not? No, you have to go back to work for your office. But for example, you are the boss of the company. Whether you come to work or not, you can take. You need not apply for leave. Whether if the boss wishes can come, if the boss doesn't wish, he can stay back in the house or he can go anywhere. No one is going to answer question. Oh, why you may be boss, why didn't you come? No one can question. He can take the decision. He has got that liberty. In our cases, we don't have that liberty. If so, then we'll get a love letter from the company saying that what happened, what is the matter? So this is what the difference between them and us. Okay. Now coming to this Brahmagnana point, conscious, superconscious, and all, there are different terms. What happens actually Brahmagnana time? So by purifying the mind, and by thinking time and again, I am the self, not the body and mind, not the body and mind. So we get dehypnotized. Purifying the mind and dehypnotization happens. When the dehypnotization happens, what happens? The cover, the ignorance layer will be removed. That's all. According to the Advaita, Brahmagnana, attainment of Brahmagnana, we say actually it is a negative in nature. The removal of the layer gets happened. For example, there was a cloth covered on the mirror. Though there was a light, there was no reflection. A thin cloth was there. As a result, little reflection was there, but not complete reflection. So you removed the thin cloth which was covered on the mirror. As a result, we are able to get the complete reflection. That's what happens. So in our moksha mukti, what happens? There is a layer of ignorance which is covered on the soul. Then because of that, I'm thinking I'm body, mind, and etc. When that Avarna Shakti, we say, with respect to Maya, it is called Avarna Shakti. With respect to us, it is ignorance. So that because of that coverance, we are thinking that I'm the body and mind and etc. So that ignorance is being removed. That's all it happens in the Mukti, according to the Advaita Vedanta. So when that happens, that means you are a realized person. So that means what happens? Self will not to take birth again. It has never taken birth. It will not take birth also. Then who was taking birth? Your Sukshma Sharira was taking birth. When I die, this physical body has been burnt into ashes or buried and it becomes a pot full of mud actually. This physical body, gross body. Your subtle body, it actually travels from one life to another. When the subtle body has been destroyed, then what happens? Then there is no vehicle for you to take any more birth. That's what happens in the mukti or moksha. For example, if there is a fuel, then you can drive your vehicle. If there is no fuel, you can't drive your vehicle. So it is like that. If there is no vehicle, you can't drive. So that mind has been destroyed. The Sukshma Sharira has been destroyed. So there is no individuality. Then where is the question of taking birth? So self, nothing will happen before realization or after realization. It was always free. Only your Sukshma Sharira will be getting destroyed actually. Just like Ganges merging in the Bay of Bengal. In the Ganga Sagar, it merges with the Bay of Bengal. Does Ganges get destroyed as a water? No. Only the Ganges lost its individuality. The Ganges became the part of the ocean. If you say, oh, where is the Ganges? Where is the Ganges? Can I search it using the advanced instrument? If you ask, no. So water has not been destroyed. Only the individuality has been destroyed. So that's what. The self get never destroyed. So self was there, is there, will be there. It was never bound. It was never bound. It is never bound. It will be never bound. Then who was bound? Mind was bound. Because of that, I am thinking I am bound, I am happy, I am unhappy and all. That's all the nature of the mind actually. So that we have to understand. I hope Karthik has clear.
I have a question.
Yes. Yes, sir. The moment. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Someone is asking.
You clear your thing. Then
I think the follow-up questions, Maharaj. Yeah. Maharaj, follow-up question is, when you ask me the question, if you get Brahmagnana, will you come back again? I think the answer which I gave was no, but I think it's coming from my manas. The mind is answering it. The real thing is not answering there. Thank you, Maharaj. All the explanation on the agami and sanchita karma and prarabdha karma, flowers to your feet. I'm very grateful to have you connect on the online sessions. Somehow I'm being lucky. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm good, Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Go ahead, Pranam, now. Yeah.
I have only a small question. That Thakur told that he will come back with everyone listening. Only one question, when?
When? I don't know, you have to ask Thakur. Because how can I say that when is going to come? So only Thakur has said around, say, 200 years. I think Swami Chetananji has written an article beautifully. I think in the book, I think in the company of Sri Ramakrishna, or in the company of God, there is a book. There he has discussed. Now, 200 years from where? From Sri Ramakrishna's birth, that is 1836. So that will be 2036. Is it that? Or Sri Ramakrishna passed away in 1886. So from that 200 years. So that means 2086. Or Sri Ramakrishna, when he told that day or that year, whichever the year, 1884, 85, whatever, he has told, from there it is 200 years. So this discussion has been discussed, but I can't give any straight answer for this. What Sri Ramakrishna thinks and when he decides to come back, he only knows. If we are there during that time, and if we are fortunate enough, and if his grace falls on us, then we can recognize that he is an avatara and we can be the recipient of his grace. So from today onwards, you can start doing meditation, doing prayer, doing sadhana, tapas. So Thakur, whenever you come as the next avatara, I should be with you and I should be the recipient of your grace. You start doing tapas from now on itself, then you will be able to get it.
But we will not be able to recognize, if Thakur comes back in 2084, then we will not be there. If 2036, possibly we will be there, and with the teeth fallen and all this, we can see still.
No. What I wish to say, whenever he comes, he will make arrangements. If not in the same life as a pranam, he will come in some other life. He will take a new birth and he will stay with him. So you have to prepare your mind. You have to do tapas. You have to give some bribe for him. Then only he will accept you. He will give you the job. So what the bribe is here? The bribe is tapasya. Like Kausalya Devi, Dasharatha, they did lot of tapas. That's why he took birth in their house. Why only he came as a son of Kamarpukur, in Kamarpukur, Chandramani Kshudiram? Because they have done lot of tapas. They have led a lot of pure life, etc. So you can also do lot of tapas. You can do lot of meditation and tapas, austerities, and desiring that I should know, I should recognize when you come, and I should be recipient of your grace. I should see your leela. Then you do tapas, then definitely he will, if you do enough, then he will grant it and you will get it.
But is really in Kali, the tapas, how can we do? Thakur himself has told in Kathamrita that I have lit the fire. Now you come near the fire and take the heat of it. So
yes,
we should be.
Japa, just do japa enough. Just do thousands of japa as much as possible. Tapas means what? Austerity. Austerity is not controlling the mind, mastering the mind, streaming the mind, isn't it? Whatever you want. Either you want to do japa, or you want to do meditation, you want to do prayer, whatever spiritual practice, you can do, you do it. Like I will do thousands of japa, desiring Sri Ramakrishna, so that when Sri Ramakrishna come into next incarnation, I should be born during that time, I should recognize him, and I should get his grace. For that, I will do thousands of japa every day. Do it, that's enough. He will grant it.
But the total, the puja and all this, what we call in our Ramakrishna mission, we call it as upasana. So the upasana is even like when I'm thinking or listening to some bhajans on Thakurma and all this, or maybe cleaning my own temple and thinking of him, possibly that is also a part of remembrance, right?
Intention. Now you are doing for realization. Now you do every tapas, every action, every japa, meditation, cleaning, whatever, just to get his grace, so that you can born as when he gets incarnated. So that should be your intention, sankalpa. Now onwards, I will do everything so that I can get his grace, and I may be born when he is born. So that should be your intention, sankalpa, and keep on doing every spiritual practice.
24th July 2024, you gave some sankalpa. I have fulfilled that. Now that's again, I will take today another sankalpa.
Don't get deviated. You need not explain me. If you want to come when incarnation comes, and you want to be recipient of his grace, you take sankalpa and you do spiritual practice. That's all I'm telling you. What you want to do, how much you will do, how much you can do, how much you cannot do, that is depending on you. If you want, you have to do it. That's all. Yeah.
So Maharaj, about the next class.
next class.
You
Yeah.
told that whether you will take the 24th September. Okay.
Not possible because 24th I will not be there. I will be going to Danganan. One more Maharaj is coming on next week. So I'll be traveling to Danganan. So not possible. So only in October after Navaratri. So maybe October 8th.
October 8th, my shifting will be on the 15th
Okay.
October, maybe we can.
Okay. October 15th, fine.
Maharaj, Swami Isatmananda, Sarvapriyanandaji, all are coming to Gurgaon Mission in November. When
Oh,
are you
very good.
coming? When are you coming?
Whenever you invite me.
That's it. Are you, if you are serious, then I will make arrangement. Yes.
Let us see. Let Mother willing, let us see. Whenever I come to India, let me see.
I'll speak to you separately on this. Definitely we'll
Yeah,
do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Balo takben Shavai. Do well, all of you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Shavini. Thank you.
প্রণাম নেবেন মহারাজ।
প্রণাম নেবেন।
পুজোর আগে আপনার একটা ক্লাস হলে আমরা খুব খুশি হতাম, দুর্গা পুজোর ওপর বা মায়ের
না
ওপর।
21st একটা আছে বেঙ্গালি গ্রুপের যে সিংহপাল বলে যে জামশেদপুর থেকে ওরা করে টাটানগর থেকে। সো 21st আমি 2 মাসের আগে ওকে হ্যাঁ বলেছিলাম সেজন 21st মানডে। তো বোধহয় ওদের 7 o'clock is the program. So it is on
Sharodai Nari Jagaran.
Sharodai Nari Jagaran. Yeah. So all of you can join. 21st, yes. You remind me good. So I can. It will be talk will be in Bangla. My broken Bangla, child Bangla. So 21st of September, Monday, 7 p.m. All of you can join. It will be discussion on mother.
21st, no, 22nd. 21st
Mohalaya day.
21st is Mohalaya, Sunday.
Lot of engagements.
Monday,
Hold on. 22nd. Yeah. Sorry. I am poor in remembering dates and names. Yeah. So 22nd, Monday, 7 p.m. Indian time. Yeah. Just once more, I will confirm the date. I will see. Yeah. So Monday, 7 p.m., 22nd December. Yeah. Sorry, September. So holo. So মায়ের কথা শুনতে পারেন ওদিন।
ওদিন আমাদেরও মায়ের কথা আছে, আপনার বন্ধু বলবেন।
আচ্ছা, ভালো, খুব ভালো। ও মহারাজ বলছেন। আচ্ছা, খুব ভালো। সো আচ্ছা, এই কেমন চলছে এটা লীলা প্রসঙ্গ ক্লাস?
খুব ভালো,
খুব ভালো চলছে।
ঠিক আছে, আরেকজন মহারাজকে কিছু ধরে দিয়ে দিলে ঠিক আছে, আমার একটু কম হবে তাহলে।
না, আপনার ভাগটা আপনার।
পুজোর পরে তাহলে আমরা একবার কিছু শুনবো নবরাত্রির পর।
তখন কালী পুজো আসবে।
কালী পুজো আসবে, ঠিক। আমার অনেক ব্যস্ত হয়ে গেছে। দেখুন আজকে সকালে কি হলো জানেন, কালকে আমাদের রুফ ক্লিনিং হলো। রুফ ক্লিনিং মানে